Yes, we're here right in the coop.
Yay!
I know. Stuck somewhere, he said.
Yogi, he's recycling.
He's away on holiday again. Is he away on holiday?
Recycling.
It's on the back of Yogi's bike, isn't it?
Back on. How you get?
No, he's sitting on Yogi's face, peddling his ears. By the way, just before we start, Derek Ferguson, what did he wear to bed, Paul?
Can't you believe it?
Oh no! I shouldn't even talk.
A body of that stature.
A bodysuit, he said.
A bodysuit of that stature. No, but he said he wears a t-shirt
and a backpack.
With a bag in it. A backpack onto bed.
I said, when I first come in here, I'm not speaking to you. I give away too much information.
What does Carol think of that with a t-shirt on?
Does she ever rip it off?
With teeth.
How come you go t-shirt but no pants? Like if I wear a t-shirt to bed, I'll put on a wee pair of pants.
Well, I don't wear pyjamas like you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're like, it's coming in. I'll be wearing the pyjamas and all pipe and all that and the slippers.
But you wore the boys' t-shirt as well, didn't you?
I feel like
that.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, that's a topper of a t-shirt.
Nice,
right? And I'll just get with the boys. They wear all that gear. That's a few bob, that isn't it?
250.
Can't hide money.
Oh, you can't.
Can't hide money.
Cannot hide it.
Penthouse in the West End, and he's wearing all the gear.
Before I've been done, didn't I? Boys see me coming, mate. And
he didn't want to buy it, and he
didn't want to get me 4 of them surrounding me around it. That one's a crack, and I'm like, how do I go to this now?
Would you get a discount?
A few 50% in it.
50% off.
He
has to take a couple of pictures in that. Has to take a couple of pictures in that.
They should be giving you this gear for nothing.
Stupid.
If anybody wants to use clothes for the hydro,
but don't.
None of your shite.
None of
the burton or that. Done a message.
Up with high range in it. But Buxton.
High
Buxton.
Cole Buxton.
Cole Buxton.
What do you wear to bed?
Bollock naked.
I hate bollock naked.
It's the worst ever because
it's freezing.
No, because that makes you tired, but it's nothing worse when you wake up in the morning and you smell your sheets.
No. How often do you change your sheets?
I change one.
I've been in his room by you.
No,
they've not been changed for a fucking while.
It's a pit in it.
Bit sticky in that.
No, correct. Honestly.
Little tissues at the side of the bed. No,
is it all
soap? It's a hard soap.
No, the tissues were in his mouth when I went there. When he said, the hydro's sorted, we've got your you and Frank's roll sorted for the hydro. So you're on teas, Frank's courses. You alright with that?
I thought I was on the door taking the tickets.
You're looking forward to it? 4 weeks.
That's a month now, innit?
You're keeping kind of things.
Hush.
Aye, you know what you're up to and all that. So I'm looking forward to finding out
a lot been put in place, isn't there? Last few days, been a lot of talks, a lot of negotiations with people. A lot of people have been turned down, I know.
Is there a lot of rehearsing?
Big names have had to turn down.
Is there rehearsing going on? Is it just after?
No, there'll be rehearsing.
Right.
Professional.
It's very professional, huh?
We didn't piss a bit, do you know what I mean?
Well, in the summer.
I mean, what
that was off the cuff.
That was good. So it was. Are we allowed to have a couple of shandies?
Oh, if you can do it, you like. We want you steaming. if one man's going to make an ass of the hydro, it's going to be
2 cans of tennis, and that's me, innit? I'm off and running at Kempton.
Right, Grosvenor Sport. Go on, Paul. They love you, Grosvenor Sport.
How did they go last night?
T-shirts.
How did they get an international?
Well, they've got a club team and also got an international team, and they beat Italy, didn't they? First team to beat Italy.
5-0, innit?
5-0.
So Derek, obviously it's International Week, as you know, and that means there's a new offer from Grosvenor Sport. Simon, take that offer away.
Well, it's the old bet £10, you get £30 worth of free bets.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, you watching the tennis just now?
Unbelievable. Andy Murray, 5-setter, Davis, they put out, the guy cheated, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Guy went for a toilet break. Grosvenor was talking to him at a toilet break.
He's too busy in the garden, to be honest with you, so I'm a busy man.
I thought you were a ball boy, I took the way you were dressed.
In the garden?
Yeah, right, hold on.
There's been a few good videos in the garden,
You're sitting there, right, as soon as the camera starts rolling, you give it to me, you're saying, Mada, they're dressed little bit, you keep it young. And I'm doing my best. Listen, I just wear the gear.
Sign up, Derek, you can do that, but sign up to do it where?
Aye. When you go, listen, this is yours.
Gsport.com/open.
I can't even read that. Where is it?
Sign up today at gsport.com/open.
Right.
What have you been doing in the garden?
What?
What have you been doing in the garden?
Well, what do you normally do in the garden?
You got grass stains on it. You got grass stains on the trousers.
Had the lawn with it.
I said, hey, garden's hard work.
It is.
This is what happens when you get to my age. You know, you're potting about the garden, but it's a shift.
Have you not got the Astro done there?
I'm going to get that. There's where I could cause a wee argument between me and my missus. My last house I did, but she doesn't want it. She wants to keep the old grass. But my last house, in the wee street that we stayed, all the gardens were lovely. Kids weren't allowed to play football in the street, so I sort of my front garden. and let all the Waynes come on.
I thought you were going to say you astroturf the street.
I wish I could. Hey, by the way,
That'd be
I would
brilliant,
love that. So
Kids need that,
but the
eh?
kids had nowhere to play football, so I let them. But then again, once they're in your front garden, they're rattling the windies, man. They're getting with the balls on, so aye.
Man of the people for what? And the
Very
kids playing in
Ferguson.
front garden.
Well, why no? They're not allowed to play. Where did you? Well, I don't know. Different for maybe yous guys.
No,
but
we were a
in
street.
my day, aye. I grew up in Berliner.
Street.
I mean, we used to play street football all the time, shooting into the closes. You had to stop when the ice cream van came along or whatever, or a motor, but it was brilliant. So it was off the curb and all that. In the back close, we keep you uppies, we heed the football and all that. It was magic.
Brilliant. Stop for the van, get
I was going to mention.
couple of fags.
I was
then
going to
back
mention.
in.
Well, I will mention it because I know you will take it somewhere. And we
Right,
used to get because you talk about now Waynes and all that at that age. Mark, I would know what I'm talking about. You know, walking along fences, balancing, not climbing trees. Out the back there was dikes, so we used to jump the dikes and all that. You know, and it's tight and all that. There's balance in it and jumping away all it. So you're nodding your head.
No, I did have that. We call it dikes. It was just through the corners.
Put the bins in,
and you jump all of them off.
Aye, because that's where the bins went.
You jump in garages and that as well? With one garage to the other, nah?
Well, when I moved to Hampton, it was down the woods and all that, and Dokies and all that. But Waynes don't do that.
Did you ever dare shite in the woods and wipe your arse with a dokie?
I've not done that. No,
I've done that.
Have you?
No, a few of my pals did.
I don't know that.
You used to go on big bike rides and then they would need to do that and then...
I couldn't do that.
No, I couldn't either.
No, but
He's a big... He's still doing it now, aren't you?
Still doing it now.
Kelvin Grove Park.
You be careful up there.
Right, talking of shite, Scotland.
Hey, well done. But listen, before we go into the performance, we'll go to your boy.
Debut, love it. What a night for the family.
didn't
I was
even
in
see
tears. I need to say I did. I was in
It's
tears.
good to know.
Oh, what a debut! Eh? Nah. Listen,
Seriously, do you get emotional when you're... If that was my boy, I think I would
no,
actually.
I didn't really see it because it was
In the garden again.
getting a cup of tea. But the one thing he's enjoying, I've texted him obviously back and forward. He's loving it. He's enjoying himself. He's obviously working under Clark as well now. Other backroom staff, different faces. He's working with players that are playing in the top end and in England. So he'll be picking their, but I said the last time, he'll be picking their brains. But most of all, he's enjoying himself. And it was, it was only a minute, or was it a minute or two? I don't even know.
It doesn't matter, mate. Nobody remembers that.
But well, at the end of the day, somewhere down the line, you're an old man like me, you know, it'll be known as a cap. So, happy for him. So
Good on him though, because
but there was a lot of injuries and all that.
No,
so
but he go at
doesn't matter.
the start of the when obviously was maybe going to move and stuff like that, and it could have been easier for him to drop tools.
Down tools.
Down tools.
Aye.
And then, but he's kept performing.
Nah,
and
he's
then,
not that type. I think you know when I've spoke to you off camera,
Yeah.
I've told you all about him. He's not like that at all. Loves his football. The other side of it, you know, he's got
Sorry,
an
I'm
agent.
just laughing.
An agent. He'll take care of all that stuff, all that kind of murky stuff. But he just loves playing football, being out there training, getting in about it. And again, he's working with different players. He'll be watching them. He'll be chatting with him. He's got pals there anyway. I mean, Turnbull.
Yeah.
He's been pally with him with the 21s. Gilmer as well. Then there's young Patterson in. Well, hopefully he'll come back into it. So, he's in a good place at the minute.
What about Carol? She must have been emotional, nah?
She was, because I heard a bit of screaming.
Oh, come on, Derry, that's too easy for us.
No, I'm going to tell you, but it's good because I just sauntered away because
Who was in there with?
they said,
Is that where Frank started? Is that why he's not here?
aye, Mackie was, I invited Mackie.
When I got to start here.
I got with Small and Carol wasn't there. They're away, they were at the airport.
Oh, brilliant, man.
This is where I can laugh about this. No, our cousins were there, and so as I sauntered away, they were getting a wee bit emotional. They're just delighted for him.
Wonder what that feeling's like.
It's their boy, innit? So I've got,
Many caps you get?
Mums, I just got two.
Two, did you? Right?
Aye, a couple. Aye. But I got them when I was young. I got them when I was, 18, 19, I think. I can't even remember. Against Malta and Colombia.
Friendlies?
I think so. Colombia must have been at Hampden. So no, it was a long time ago, and then I fell out of favour a wee bit. Well, my life took a different kind of channel. It went a different way. Listen, people thought I was going to be dead by the age of 26. I get kept being told that.
Due to what, like too much drink?
No, well, just that my lifestyle was a bit, I was enjoying myself. It's a time in my life. I'm playing with the team I supported all my days, Rangers, and I could enjoy myself because I was a young guy.
Do you look back now and wish you'd got more caps, maybe?
Oh, aye. Oh, God, aye. But I was pulled out of a few squads as well at the time. I've not been shy in saying that. Soonest at the time, pulled us out of a few squads to keep us fit for the next Rangers game. You know, and I look in hindsight, but I was young and I just wanted, my be-all and end-all was Rangers. And so when your gaffer comes to you and says, listen, I know you've got a knock, but you can play with knocks. I would prefer that, you know, you didn't go rested up and be fit for the next Scotland game. So, and sometimes resting up, that meant getting out for a few nights, you know what I mean? Which was daft. I mean, daft. I don't hide it.
See that bit? I think that was sort of, every player was like that.
Everyone was like that back then.
And it wasn't just me, I know, and that's because, you're tagged with that. You know, I was tagged as a bad boy at a young age. I don't know if I've told you that, but and sometimes you don't lose that. I remember being at a party, and this is about 10 years ago, and with my wife, and I remember a certain lady of my age come up to me. She says, "Oh, I remember you." And I thought she was going to be dead complimentary. And she went, "Oh, I remember you. You're the bad boy. You're the one that was always getting into trouble. You're always one." I was like, wow. So sometimes mud sticks, doesn't it? You know. And listen, I've got an angel up there. I've got 3 boys. I've been married, what am I, 20, well, she'll kill me now, 26, 27 years. Maybe more than that. I'm happy with my lot. But I could have done things better when I was younger, of course. But as a young guy just loving life, so.
Wow, there is
and you know when I come to your wee do's and all that, I enjoy myself.
Of course you do.
Know.
That's what life's about, isn't it?
I think so as well, aye.
Right, Scotland then, we'll go to that. What did you make the performance? Well, that's Paul Slaney. I like to hear his.
Sometimes I sit in the fence when I'm doing this show. Frank's not here to get a wee word in the day. No good enough.
No, wait, what we're going on to next? No, I'm only joking.
What is it, serious? No, with Scotland wasn't good enough. They had players out, but so did they. You know, I think they had their 2 strikers out. And it's weird, I was thinking that last night, like, for being set up so defensively, we seem to let a hell of a lot of chances in for being set up defensively. I don't know. I think when at this level, when you invite pressure on, teams will eventually break you down. I don't think we've got players there that we've said it before. We've said we've got players there that we could be in the front foot at time much more. But nah.
Team selection was a strange one, too, no?
Well,
Robertson,
obviously with Robertson playing in the right eye, because you'd rather maybe put Tierney back into that back 3, and you don't want to be too overcritical, but I don't think the back 3 that were in there, I don't think their strength is on the ball playing out. Tierney's comfortable doing that, so you think you'd have Tierney in there with Robertson just ahead of him, you know, to just let him get up and down that line. Because Fraser's good enough to, I know he's not been playing, I looked at the see if he'd been playing with Newcastle.
Has he ever played with him?
Well, the last game he wasn't even on the bench, so I don't know why. But
Steve Bruce says he needs to change his diet, you know.
But he was natural to go in there, and he can play that wing back role. But I like a bit of physicality. We are not as gifted as some other teams, right? So we've got to use what we've got: aggression, physicality. Don't overcomplicate it. Just get balls into wide areas, deliveries into the box, and see if we can get an outcome. Sometimes that means just winning second balls. But I thought we started slow. I thought we were kind of caught in the headlights a wee bit. When you go away from home and everything that's went on in the summer with Denmark, you know there'll be a lot of emotion attached to that game last night. The crowd were up for it. You've got to meet that head on. You've got to be up for it. And I don't know.
So what you say, like Dykes up front and maybe go a bit more direct at the start?
Aye, Dykes and Shea up top, and sometimes I know wee Gilmer's terrific at taking the ball, you know, dropping deep and starting attacks, but sometimes, you know, you don't need to play 6, 7, 8, 9 passes to get there. Sometimes one ball, you know, it's not just a hump up the park, still a good ball into a striker, and then you get support for the middle into wide areas, deliveries. So I think we've got to kind of no complicate it, just keep it pretty simple. But obviously Stevie Clark knows that, you know, but I think he maybe in hindsight he'll look back at it and think maybe he should have started with well, he recognised that, didn't he, half time?
But is it a time to start try and Andy Robertson, if it's a friendly, I can understand playing Robertson right wing back, but for a qualifier to go and play him right wing back for the first time.
It was a surprise to me when I saw the team, and I thought, no, I because they're top players, Tierney, Robertson, put them in a position where they're comfortable. Tierney's played there before. Yeah. He's good on the ball. He can pass the ball, and I think that's what we needed. And that's not.
But I think the thing
that's not a slight in McKenna. You know, McKenna's good at what he does. He's a physical player. I don't think that's his strength. It's coming out and playing.
But again, if you're going to play McKenna, he needs to play in the centre, doesn't he? Because like you say, when you're playing on that left hand side, you end up as basically a left back when Tierney goes.
And you've got to be able to have that vision and be so comfortable in the ball. So, but
listen, Denmark obviously got the
they've done well. They're a good side.
I think Steve Clarke, the thing will always be with him, and it's up to him to change it. Is he a good enough manager attacking wise? And I don't, since he's came in, he has got good results, but
you've not seen anywhere you think this is how Scotland attack and this is what we do.
But you're only as good as your players. And I think we've no got even up the top end, we've no got that top quality. So I just think, keep it basic, keep it simple, you know, and just don't overcomplicate it.
How's John Souttar in that squad? Can I just ask?
Oh, I know. By the way,
That's crazy.
I'm a big John Souttar fan. What he's come back for with the injuries, not one but two of them. So no, he's a guy that's. I mean, Hearts have done well to keep a hold of him. Yeah, that's brilliant bit of business for them. But for a guy, the height and the physicality, he can play. He can ping a ball. By the way, he's so comfortable.
Still can't believe Celtic never went for Souttar. Signed Starfish for $5 million, you get Souttar for it.
No. And it was a championship side in England. I don't know who it was that were after him, but tell you what, if you're Celtic looking for a defender,
right in front of your face.
Aye.
Right on the deadline. Best day, innit? Deadline day.
Aye, Big Boydie and Sam, innit? They were in the
Big Boydie and Sam,
aye. Double act, wasn't it?
Would you say started wrestling backstage?
Sumos, aye.
Well, a couple of Bovrils, wasn't it? Sam drinks Bovril constantly, doesn't he?
Disgusting. But here.
Even on a night out, supposedly Sam Allardyce, Bovril. Swear?
Well, that's right, aye.
So here.
Right.
Edward Christie Griffiths, fall away.
Yes, aye, and I think it's a funny, Edward, you know, everybody, you know, it seems there's a lot of speculation. Everybody's affected in different ways. Some people, it can be a weight in their shoulders, you know, and you can see it when they're performing. And we're talking about Edward here, and he's maybe not quite at it, you know, so maybe it's good for everybody. Good money as well getting for him, and he goes out and he can go and enjoy his football. Some people, I'll give you an instance, Christie. I think Christie's one of the boys that, the speculation's there, he's on the verge of move, but he's buzzing, he still goes out and we're all different. I'm totally different for you, obviously, innit? So everybody's different in how they cope with that. So Christie's one of the guys that probably he says, hey, to get my football, I'm going to go out, I'm going to give it my all. Maybe Edward's thinking, you know, if only you know this, and I'm desperate to get there, and it affects you. So that's just why, you know, it's not just about football players. We're talking about human beings, how it can affect you, and it can affect you. And not just them, but everybody surrounding them. Yeah. So if you've got good people running about you, it makes such a difference.
But can I just say, this is not just Celtic, this is for Rangers as well. I just find it hard to believe that people want to leave Celtic and Rangers to go and sign for Crystal Palace.
Well,
crazy.
I honestly do, Crystal Palace get relegated this year and he's in the Championship next year. You're that desperate to leave to Celtic. See, if you're desperate to leave to Celtic to go to
I'll give you another
top
scenario.
16, then I totally understand.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Maybe I'm going to Crystal Palace, you know, and forget about the money side of it. Maybe that gives him that opportunity to showcase his talent. So when he's playing in the Premier League, you know, maybe one of the top 4, top 6 goes, hey, I've heard a lot about this boy Edward. Yeah. By the way, there he's there in the flesh. He is a player.
He can do it at this level.
What that move has gave him that opportunity to showcase his talent. So maybe sometimes we forget a wee bit about that.
Yeah.
With Christie, I know Christie's went into the Championship, but there's other sides to that, and that's what I'm just trying.
That's what I'm saying. Going to 60,000 at Celtic Park, 13,000 at Bournemouth.
But the other side it might be
the Championship as well. I found too weird.
But I know you shoot me down in flames because it might be. For the case, it might be better money for Christie, but also Bournemouth's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Maybe, I don't know, family-wise, has he got a family?
He's got a bird.
right, a lady,
kids,
a young lady.
young
Well,
lady,
maybe ready to start a family. Well, it's a great place to bring up your family. So all these wee things all come into it. It's not just sometimes about football, crowds, money. There's all the different wee things.
I'm surprised he did go to the championship though.
So man.
Because I think he's a
for what he's done as well. I think some of the moves players are getting. I'm thinking, surprised you'd leave. I mean, I think you could say if he wanted to leave, but he couldn't get that Prem move the new. Good 6 months under his belt.
Slaney, do you know? I think that's like every fan, but they always go, "Why do you want to leave your club?" And they get their back up, they get angry and all that. But there's certain reasons as well. Sometimes people want to get better, progress.
I do get it because they've been there for a while and
they've done well. They've done well.
They could have done. But I just felt with Christie, I can understand it, but for Christie, championship, it doesn't really. I think he's better than that.
But again, that might be his opportunity to go down there and showcase. Because listen to another one, a player that I love. I think he's a top player. I think he'll go into bigger and better things. Young boy Ali McCann. Yeah. Getting his move to Preston.
Yeah. Can't believe as well. We've got it here. 1.6 million. Not even that. £1 million for Ali McCann.
Well, I think it's just there that. But that's the market we're in. See in Scotland.
Celtic Rangers not take a wee gamble on him now.
In a minute.
Same. I thought.
By the way,
exact same.
I thought. I mean, you'd have a wee go at that, wouldn't you? I mean, he's a top player.
I think so.
He's going to be a top player. But again, going down to Preston, again in the championship, I can just see other teams having a look at him and go, by the way, he'll be in the Premiership, I think, in the next year or so.
I think?
Aye, definitely.
I really like him. He showed against Galatasaray how good a player he was, wasn't he, against top
He's a great mentality, great engine. He does everything.
Best presser in the world, mate.
Isn't he? Rangers are quite strong in midfield, but you think with Celtic could be dying for a player like that?
For £1 million?
Aye, it's cheap. But the reason that they you look at that money, but that's the way the English clubs look up here, or even the foreign clubs. We're not in a market where you could... See, Ali McCann, see if he was playing... I believe that if he plays a season or two down in England, he then becomes a £10+ million player.
Wow.
I think that... I think
see, like since they have been put off as signing homegrown talent since they signed the kid for a lot of money for Motherwell that made an arse since then. They've kind of been wary about it. I don't know who they're talking about.
I know it's strange that one minute. Because they did it, we went to absolutely kilt them, didn't it? Destroyed them. So they've stayed well clear of that. So see when they go and sign folk players, so didn't me in it.
But 12 signings through the door, Paul. Can you give us the names of some of them, please?
Not a problem.
Start with the striker, please.
Jackie Kumakis and
where are they all?
Jackie Kumakis and winger Jota, who's meant to be the next best thing. Supposedly Benfica said he's the next since he's
better than Ronaldo. What about Ronaldo last night?
Oh, Ronaldo.
What about Ronaldo? Sorry to butt in there.
You're right to butt in there. We should start with
that. Was unbelievable, wasn't it? Was it a minute to go?
Minute to go, mate.
He is a joke, honestly.
Top scorer in the Premier League this year, boom.
2 headers and...
You want to bet on that?
By the way.
Top scorer in the Premier League this year, there you go. And he's two
see that
games
hunger. Take away his talent. See that hunger and the desire. You see him when he his tap off and all.
Oh my God, mate. I'll tell you this now, right?
What's his body fat?
Go into Ronaldo's bedroom, up on his wall, you'll have top scorer in the Premier League this year. Tick. Oh. You'll set that goal for himself.
Think he wears a t-shirt in bed?
Oh, no, chat.
No, he's got to go.
I'd love him to wear me in bed.
I would
say.
Just climb out him like a body.
What an example he is.
Amazing, mate.
Aye. Crazy.
But
right, what was your man's name there?
Giacomakis, winger Jota, who's, as you say, he's closest to Eusebio we've seen, and Carter Vickers, he's closest to
Diane Vickers.
But see
your man, the striker. Am I right in saying that he was top scorer in the Dutch league?
Aye, and the team got relegated, which is unbelievable
achievement. But to get him for 2.5 million, a guy that scored goals in the top league in Holland's a good bit of business, isn't it?
100%, and this might sound a wee bit maybe, here's the negative cloud coming again, but alarm bells ringing why nobody in Holland signed him. Do you know what I mean? But he must be. I watched these videos all day. Looks like Alan Shearer, that type of striker. Aye, he does, and box striker.
So what about talking about strikers and that? What about wee Kiego? Where's he go to play?
Up front.
He can never ever be on the left wing ever again.
But it looks like he's going to be.
We're signing this guy.
If we signed this guy, and
I think I was sitting beside big Pat Bonner on Sunday watching the game. And you can't believe that. I know the manager wants to play a certain way and that, but that wee fella, that's what we were discussing. Why is that wee fella no through the middle? I mean, that you don't always, it just shows you don't have to be that big Alan Shearer type physicality. It's about movement. Speed of thought, you know, and he's away. But then again, it's about decision making.
I know.
You know, he decides to shoot when he should cross, and he crosses when he should shoot. So, but nah, he should be playing through.
Simon, can I ask you, do you think it's good business Celtic have done this summer?
I think it is, but again, I think they need a centre midfielder.
Yeah.
Like a McCann type would have been, for £1 million for me, it'd have been
and McCann gives you a bit of dig as well.
Exactly. They've not really got that type now in the middle of the pitch.
No.
Sorrow does it, but for me, is he up to that standard?
McCarthy would be, but I don't know if he's got the legs or the same as he used to have, I don't know.
Well, we'll soon find out.
But for £1 million,
I think that's a snap. I think that's one that's went through the net, and they've missed him because I think McCann.
Was there even
surely they must know.
I think there was.
Surely they must know that they should be going. If Alan McCann's going to go, let us know how much he's going for, and maybe you come in with an offer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Rangers as well.
Yeah.
You know, because if he's going for, what did you say,
1.1 million, I think it was.
Right. Well, you're thinking Celtic and Rangers could afford that for a player of that quality. And young.
But his dad Neil didn't want him to go.
No.
Celtic.
Didn't he?
Maybe that was what put.
He was not a bad player, by the way, Neil
Yeah.
McCann. He was a feisty young fella. I remember with Dundee. I loved that with Dundee, remember?
When he went back and kept him up, didn't he? And your wee mate, Griffiths is away as well.
Griffiths is away. I think it was time. Has to play, didn't he? Has to start playing. And I said the other day, it's an unbelievable signing for Dundee. If he's going to play, that's up to him. That is down to him.
First of all, I was surprised when he got another contract with Celtic, to be honest with you. A lot was made. I think even Neil Lennon put it out there, you know, about his fitness, you know, whether that comes into his attitude as well. But the thing, it's a new start, isn't it? So he gets the opportunity, and sometimes it's about proving people wrong. Here's his opportunity.
You've said it before, I think he's a type, to get him fit, he needs to play games, doesn't he?
Aye.
I think last year there was no under 23 games, no friendly games because of COVID, so it was maybe tough for him to get that fitness back.
Yeah.
Dundee play him every week. For now, I think.
100%. And he'll score. He could be up there near the top goal
I tell
scorers.
you what, he's going into a good wee side. I watched them against Motherwell. They get beat, albeit, but they dominated the game.
Did the Derek?
Possession of the ball, good on the eye. So there, I enjoyed watching them. There you go. Just again, but that might be the kind of the icing on the cake. Just that final third, that wee bit of final bit in the jigsaw just putting it in the back of the net. But their build-up play, and they continue to do it even into the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes. They didn't just throw it up. Sheridan, come on, you know, gave them a wee bit more presence and that. But no, they play some good football.
Yeah.
Dundee.
They'll be fine. Dundee will be fine.
Especially with Griffiths.
Aye, but on to Rangers, Itton and Katic don't think it makes much of a difference, do you?
Were you a wee bit surprised with Itton going? No?
I was because I think I've always been saying, where should Rangers strengthen as well? We're talking about wee McCann there in the middle of the park, but up top, you know, Morelos at times for me can be a hit and a miss.
Yeah.
I don't think Morelos is great in terms of his physicality and he unsettles defenders. Technically, I don't think he's the best. The wee other boy, Fashion Sakala, I mean, he's electric, he's pace, but I still think he's got a bit to go. I thought they'd brought in another forward. When I saw that Itton was going out, I thought surely they're going to bring somebody in and loan. But
because there's a couple of games that came on last year and actually affected the game. We're just changing it up and going a bit more direct.
I quite like him, but you're talking about Griffiths. There's another guy. He's a young guy. He needs to be playing. Right. You know, and
it's hard. I think he played into the start of the season. Opposite a European game. For Malmo away, was it?
And
then he played that well. And I think, see, when it's hard that. See, if Morelos doesn't play, he'll play the next week. But when you're trying to get in, you need to be brilliant.
Mate, you're spot on. See, when I was at Dundee, you wouldn't be playing for like 5 weeks and then you'd be, you're in against Celtic and you're like,
and how does that affect you?
It's hard,
you know, we're talking earlier about it, you know, we're talking about Christie and Griffith now, the two different types.
Yeah.
And how one can still go into the park and produce. If you're on the sidelines and you know you're not going to get that opportunity, it's go to where you're doing. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably why Itton went out and won.
But you must be delighted that they've kept likes of Kent, Barisic, Kamara, no?
Well, that's the biggest one, Kent.
Yeah.
I thought, was it James that went to Leeds 25 million?
Yeah.
So I think that was a worry for the Rangers fans and me, because I think when Kent's on song, and I tell you what, he played well against Celtic. I think he answered. It wasn't his best game, but once he started to sit on, he done it with Brown last season. Once he went into because McGregor was starting to. I know we're going back to the Old Firm game. McGregor was starting to run the show, and he can do that, you know, easily. And then I think whether it came for the side, it probably did. Gary McAllister said, certainly in the second half, just sit on McGregor a wee bit more and play off of him. And Kent's got that in his locker. So I'm delighted as a Rangers fan that Kent's still there.
You shout when he's selling him, lads. He was doing that in a Scouse accent when he was pretending to be Gerrard. Gary McAllister's him on the side.
He's done his interview at the end, was a bit, wasn't it?
Nah, brilliant, big. Hey, what a man. He's a great lad. Have you met Gary?
No, never.
Top guy.
Get him on here.
Top. By the way, he's. See, we talk about Gerrard, and I'm not just saying this. And obviously he's got that aura about him. I think Gary's got that. I know Gary a way back when he was playing with Motherwell while I was at Rangers. Aye. I could probably say, I'll say this in camera now. We played a bounce game on a Sunday. But basically, he was playing with Motherwell. Me and Durante were playing with Rangers, but we played a bounce game. I think it was a Lark call for a favour for one of his pals. So, if Rangers, see, this is the things that we shouldn't have been doing.
What, like just you and your mates?
Aye, just some of the, Gary says, so would you turn up and play a wee game? I think there was obviously...
You said he was hopeless, he kept falling on the ball.
Aye, by the way, what a player. Hey, culture, left foot, hey, a bit of class.
Yeah.
So he was. So but we weren't supposed to, obviously, go.
No, I know, but
if people found out...
Wish more people done that.
Aye, would they get fined?
Wish more people had that rebellious attitude.
Yeah, same.
Do you know what I mean? It's too cut and clean now.
Too cut and clean like that now.
So,
like people being dirty.
So Gary McAllister, top man. Top one.
Bakuna's in. You know much about him?
I don't.
What we're thinking, like attack midfield type?
I don't. I've not even done.
Don't know why I asked when you've just said
I know. I've not got a clue what he's all about. The boy, obviously coming from Huddersfield, so obviously I've had him watched.
Supposedly he played a game against Motherwell and Lark on Sunday.
Sunday. I'll wait for him, rebellious.
I'm sure that does happen now. By the way, that was the other thing. We weren't allowed to. Have me and Major Auntie were a wee bit happy daft at times and all that. I mean, we done it on holiday. We always went on the old mopeds. You know that. You couldn't get a moped there. Your man Decano likes a wee moped.
He likes a wee Vespa, huh?
Aye. Remember we were in Magaluf and wee Flecky, Robert Fleck. He fell off one. Down the hill about 40 mile an hour.
Is that why he looks like that?
Hey. By the way.
Oh, we just threw the shot?
Shorts, flip-flops, right? And he's bounced about 40 yards. Right, fought in a meal like that. Oh no, he's dead. But he just, typical wee Flecky, he just got eye. But see when we looked at his feet had been all scraped. He'd flip-flops on. We were starting pre-season a week later.
Oh, no.
And his feet were torn to ribbons by, even his back and all that. But no, the wee man was...
Your back was torn to shreds Monday, what was that for?
Fuck, I can't get that, fuck.
That's John Fleck's uncle, isn't it?
Aye.
He changed his accent, eh?
He did. Within a week, I got down to England. Because I was in the
that's so lost, isn't it?
I didn't expect that for a Fleck, didn't
I went in for a beer in the Nile bar in Glasgow. No, he'd been away, I think, 2-3 months.
So you didn't know.
He had done a piss in the place and he changed his accent.
And I could hear this twang as somebody ordering a beer and I looked down, the old English accent. It was wee Flecky. Brilliant. But
anyway, talking about disasters.
St Johnstone.
No,
I did say third, but now I said if they kept the squad together.
Yeah, he did.
So now I can take that back. Because they're two of their best players away now.
Aye, but if you're calm, my mentality is my baby. Do you know what I mean? So if something goes wrong,
throw the toys at the pram.
Throw the toys at the pram and then I get up. And my mentality, you can like it or you lump it, that's the way I'm off.
So do you think Callum Davis should just resign?
I didn't...
Oh, by the way, we Ali in. We Ali Crawford.
Ali Crawford and Cammy McPherson, by the way, two decent signings.
By the way, McPherson,
he's
a good player and glad for him because again at St Mirren, he's a young guy, talented boy, he needs to play, he'll get his game time. But Ali Crawford's a good wee player.
Yeah.
Ex-Accies man.
But one in two...
Looks a bit like Slaney.
No, not at all.
I can see
I'm
that.
much better than him. But they two, they're two aside you see.
I can see that.
That's double. Start calling him Ali. What is it, Ali?
Got to stop. Used to play against the youth team. I ragged all the boy. All the pitch. So leave him out. But hey, on to the game.
Is that old rivalry coming up?
I could see was Hamlin and Motherwell.
We used to trounce all of them. Oh my God, embarrassing. So, on to the St Johnstone. 1.6 million for your two best players. Shocking.
Jason Caraway as well.
You can't do that. You can't do it.
It's the market.
But do you think, Derek, right, and I don't know, do you think that Scotland maybe need to change that?
But I think a big factor is the money you can pay these boys. So if you can't pay them, then
shit,
do you know what I mean?
Aye, it's a good point. I know.
That's it, ended it. Aye.
But
You're
we've
right,
got to remember,
spot on.
Slaney, I mean, in England, you played down there. You've been down there as well. They look down on our football.
Yeah,
you know, they don't regard us.
And then they all come up and they're fucking hopeless.
And they come up and they find out that
as I was.
it's a different kettle of fish. Aye, isn't it?
I found it easy doing, not easy.
But there you go, hold on.
And then I came up here and I can't play here.
Ali Crawford, you ragdolled him. Remember, I watched Dackies against Rangers. He schooled Joey Barton.
Oh, put his legs
He
down.
megged him by the school.
No, he's a good player, Alec Crawford, to be fair.
And I think Joey, he went, oh, by the way, I think he thought it was going to come up here and it was going to be a scoosh case.
Yeah.
And once you start things like that, you're in trouble.
You're right there, actually, but with the money, like you, if a team comes in for you, right, and just say they're offering 10 grand a week, whatever, and then the club's knocking you back, if you're gone,
Give 10 grand a week.
10 grand a week and I'll stay. But it's not going to happen, so then you then have to think a wee bit, well, that's not fair.
Jason Kerr's a massive loss on it, a captain.
Skipper, massive.
Aye.
I mean,
They've kept McCart, haven't they? Aye. So,
they've kept McCart.
McCart's there, aye.
But I think it'll need to be a change of shape and everything for them now, because who have they got to go and play on that right side of the back three?
no, and I
don't
think
think they've got anyone else, yeah.
that was a...
Aye.
How they built their success, wasn't it?
But that's a challenge, that's a challenge for the manager. But I tell you what, I think he's a good manager, and he'll be able to tweak it here and there, and still they'll still be really competitive. I'm sure, definitely.
What are we talking? Top 6 then? Still top 6 for
I
St
still
Johnstone?
fancy them, aye.
If I was Davison, I would be just in a huff all season.
That must be so tough. Like
You won 2 cups, you'd think we're going to build on that.
Yeah.
So see if Davison left or whatever and people moaned, you couldn't moan.
No.
Because you say to people, if you go and win 2 cups, it's never been done.
Probably never be done again.
Never be done again. And then you go and sell your 2 best players, then where's the ambition? And I don't blame St Johnstone, it's as we see, the market and all that we're in. But for Cam Davison,
it's tough, isn't it, for managers?
I'd be so flat, I'd be in a huff. I wouldn't come out the huff for 6 months till January until we sign players. And Ali Crawford walking in, brilliant.
Because once there's a few managers starting to get the old sack, maybe down in England, he might be a name that just pops up. So
and you'll be first
don't take the huff.
But you can see why managers in Scotland when they do get a chance. No, but do get a chance to leave and go down south that they take it because.
Aye.
You could be a successful manager like Callum Davidson, lose to before you know it, you're 8th in the league next year.
And I think Callum's is he's well aware when he takes over a job like St Johnstone, that scenario might happen.
Yeah.
You know. So, but what he's got in his locker, he's got that he's won the 2 cups, you know, which is absolutely superb.
I'll tell you what, who's got in the locker? Tommy Wright's big baggy suit.
Big baggy suit.
Big
And Judy
baggy
Murray's rackets. That's her best pal.
Oh, he's tennis.
Aye, he's
into
tennis rackets. Aye, it's his best pal, Judy Murray.
But one team that isn't folding at English bids, Paul, Derek, Hibernian FC.
And that's why
they hold of Kevin Nisbet.
100%. And that's why they might go and push on and challenge the league. Because that ambition to keep players like that.
But you think they're going to go and challenge the league?
No, but I'm just saying you could with that mentality, 100%. And I think, I get all these clubs are selling clubs, I get that, but don't sell for 2.
Don't get the piss taken out of you.
And that's what St Johnstone have, pants ripped down, and it certainly is. So you have to, I mean, Nisbet, I feel sorry for Nisbet a wee bit though.
So they are. I just wonder, because remember that deal going to Birmingham fell through? It kind of disappeared for a wee 5-6 weeks. So again, I shall go back to the head, but you don't know how people were going to react to that situation. You know, so, no, he's a good player, Nisbet, but you just wonder how that affects him in the long run.
But they have signed Dylan Tate as well, good player for Wraith Rovers.
Oh, you said to him before.
Again, good bit of business for Hibs.
Wraith have got
They're
a few good
Jack,
players.
they know their eye in the Scottish leagues,
they
don't they? They're cherry picking the best.
Graham Matthew, very good at his job. Very good.
Is that who the recruitment? Aye.
Yeah, it is. That's it. That's the transfer window covered.
Is that shut? Slam shut?
Oh, I need to say, Lewis Vaughan for Wraith Rovers. Don't know if he's known, but really good player. Done his cruise ship 4 times, done it again.
Away you go.
Mate, you were telling me about that a few weeks ago.
By the way,
he'd done his third.
Tell you what, in the whole time I've been playing in the lower leagues, nobody's gave me the runaround like Lewis Vaughan did for
Well,
Wraith.
can we date him
Played
for
in the
him?
hole. I don't know.
Number 10, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aye. He's like, I watched him up.
He'd be one, mate, if he was fit, kept himself fit. He'd be
it.
playing in the Premier League. He's similar to Kevin Nisbet. When you see him, you think, right, he can play a lot higher.
He's done his cruciate, what?
Came out another fourth time, 2 on each leg, so get well soon, mate.
Aye, all the best.
Did we interview him?
Mate, that's
We should get him on, shouldn't we?
Is it the right time? I don't know, but that's horrible.
Ali Crawford and Lewis Van der Ginner, who doesn't want to see that?
By the way, she coming back for a cruciate even once, twice, but 3 times, you know, that
Tells
takes
his
some
mentality.
doing. So he's got the right mentality. That's
I'm
for
still
sure.
using it now.
But the good news
I'm not
is,
playing.
the good news is John McGlynn's gave me specs
To be after the whole
to
rehab.
get him.
Oh,
through
how
the
did
rehab.
you? He's been doing to see John.
Couldn't I? The training got cancelled because of
Right.
the usual
What's the-
stuff.
Aye. So no, that's horrible news. That.
Yeah.
Ah,
As I
it's
said,
terrible.
when I've done it once,
You still
still use it
make it as
every
an
time.
excuse now.
Every day I use it if anybody asks me about the football.
So you should.
100%.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a shame for him.
Right, you two are going to put a coupon for the first goal
All right.
scoring result in Scotland v Moldova.
Is that big Grosvenor?
But seriously, Ali, you looking forward to working with Callum Davidson?
Just
gives
can't
you
see
a-
that. It's like uncanny.
Gives you the insight on the move. How did it? So you were doing it Bolton. What happened?
Had a
Where
disaster.
were you when you got the
Had
phone
a
call?
fucking disaster down there.
You're not
Didn't
happy,
play.
not happy with
Aye.
it, you
Had
know.
a disaster down there.
I think Ali Crawford's got the same year as you. He's not in the same.
Mackenzie, innit, he wears.
Mackenzie. Mackenzie, remember that?
And by the way, anybody wears Mackenzie, not ring it.
No, yeah, that's
you
true as
can't.
well.
No, it's absolutely everything wrong with it. Innit? All for honking.
Right, so we'll go Scotland v Moldova. Give
Right,
your results
right,
and your
Slaney.
first goal scorers.
Oh, I'm going to go for... Oh,
Don't overthink it.
3-0 Scotland and...
Thinking about that time at his time at Bolton, isn't
Thinking about my back all day.
Reminiscing his performance against Joey.
he? Joe, that was brilliant that day.
Well done.
It's been a bad day today. First goal scorer, I'll go with Dykes.
Stevie Clark.
Stevie Clark.
So was I. I was going to go with Dykes, but
Can't
I'll go with somebody. 2-0 Scotland, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go Robertson. There you go.
I thought you were going to go Ferguson. I thought you were going to go Ferguson there.
I'd be happy if he's just in the squad. Listen, he's not. I've said earlier. I'm just happy that he's happy. He's having the time of his life. That's what it's all about. It's all about enjoying your football.
That's
right,
it.
innit?
What do you think the score will
Don't-
be? Will Scotland qualify for the World Cup? Actually, forget the score.
Don't know how you're seeing Scotland. I don't know who you think is going to score 3 goals for Scotland.
It's Moldova and gang.
2-0. I think a goal. He'll get a goal in each half.
But
and do me.
have you ever scored more than 1 goal under Stevie Clark?
But I think the opposition. I think they'll be
I'm going to go 1-0 Scotland.
1-0. That's not a bad shout.
Grant Hanley.
Set piece.
Set piece.
See, that's when I go back to the.
He did it for his own box. Defending a set
Diving,
piece.
innit?
I think he's going to score for defending a set piece.
Keeper came up, didn't he?
Who's
Got
got
me.
the hardest
Last
header
minute.
that you've ever seen?
Last what?
The hardest header.
Big McPake could header the ball. Dundee.
Could
Big
maybe.
McPake could
Big
fucking
Marvin
header it.
Andrews
Oh,
could
he
header
could
the
header
ball
it.
the full length of the
So
park.
bullish, McPake,
Isn't he?
isn't he?
That big naughty has bang, isn't it? What a header he's got in him.
He's so bullish, McPake, you know.
I'd hate for somebody to say to me, to describe you, he's good in the air.
Or a dog, man.
You know
I
what,
get classed a dog. remember?
Nah, he's a hard worker and he's good in the air. Just chuck it in it.
Remember Charlie Milner to me?
Huh?
Charlie said I was like a dog.
I said you like James Milner, didn't he? A winger that works hard.
That's the worst shout in the world. I went from a working hard winger to a fat winger. He couldn't get any worse.
Then to Ali Crawford.
Ah,
Oh,
finish it,
Ferguson.
Derek Sharp. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, my man.